All right, so this is how you add more entries when you're in a trade. So let's say, for instance, that I took this trade right here. What we have right here is a triple bottom. So what you have, 1, 2, 3. Then you have that breakout above that neckline. So basically what would happen was, I'm gonna go ahead and change the color of this to red. All right. So basically what happened was I would have bought right here. Okay. So I would have bought, market would have pushed higher. Once I saw this rejection happen or this pullback happening, I would have got entries in right here on that pullback at that lower price, and then getting out up here, if that makes sense. So basically that first entry, that would have been 90 pips made. And the second entry would have been 58 pips made. So this was a simple triple bottom. Got my first entry in. Okay, I only enter in on pullbacks. So wait for that pullback at a lower price. Bought. I didn't know the market was going to do this right here where it pulled back to my entry. But let's say it would have pulled back to my entry and I saw that, could have got in for another buy, a third entry at an even lower price. So that would have been 58 pips. This would have been roughly 96 pips, and then the first one would have been 90 pips. So that's one way to do it. Look for some sales. Okay, so looks like right here we have a head and shoulders. You can't see it, so I'm gonna go ahead and draw it out for you. Or you probably already spotted it before me. So 1, 2, 3. We have a head and shoulders, correct? I'm gonna go on and put this support. All right, so what would have happened was like I said, this red brush is my sales. I would have got in for a sell, right? I see this right here, a pullback. Okay, cool. Stop loss is always somewhere up in here, so I'm not worried. Right? It pulls back. Once it pulls back, that's another way for me to get it again. So I can get in at an even higher price since I know it's a retest. So basically I can get in a little bit lower. So I can get in right here. And I can get in right here. I can have 2 entries. The way I would have traded it is, okay, it breaks. Stop loss is like right here. I'll go 35 since 35 is usually my biggest. And then take profit will be down here where liquidity is, since I know this market will push for liquidity. Risk 35 pips, make 65 pips, but it's 2 entries. So remember that first entry was 65 pips and second entry would have been 53 pips. So that's how you do it for sales. And then you can do the same thing right here for this double bottom. I'm looking for another entry. You want to add to your wins, cut your losses short, always. So I'm going 10. Okay. Look for buys. Okay, I bought. Pushes up. Market retest. Okay, I'm gonna buy again right here. So we have my first entry. And let me zoom out to see. Oh, okay, so basically with me not knowing where it would be, or something just zoom back. Okay, so I'll say about right here. I'm going for the horizontal line, so I don't have to worry about chasing it back. So basically like right there is where my take profit would have been. So I'm gonna go ahead and zoom back to where we was. So first entry was this first pink one, and that would have been almost 60 pips. Second entry would have made you 46 pips. So 58.46. It's over 100 pips on the same pair. That's how you add. Let's look for another one. Oh, let's say you did a liquidity. Let's say you traded liquidity. Traded liquidity. My fault. Yes, this is liquidity. So you traded liquidity. Okay, you see the market selling off. You're like, cool, I'm getting in for sales. You sell off. You get in for a sell. Move this out the way. It's my way. You get in for a sell, and I'll basically put it 20 pips. I go 20 pips. No reason to go big. So 20 pips and take profit, I'll say will be about right here, because I'm looking right here where liquidity was, and this was used to be a resistance. So I'll just go right here. So you're looking to risk 20 pips to make 78. Now, my entry, first entry will be up here. Then second entry, I see this pullback. I'll get in right here. I always get in on pullbacks. If you're in my alert room, you know I always get in on pullbacks. So like I said, that's 78. Move it out of the way. That was 78 pips. And then my second entry was 34 pips. So 78, 34. Still over 100 pips, one trade. So that's basically how you add entries. Only add entries on pullbacks. You don't want to add entries as the market's pushing up and up, because it might just pull back or might hit liquidity and you don't even know, because you're not being aware of where the market's heading and you're not checking previously. Yeah, that's basically how you add your entries on your trades.